Okay, we are live and we are live. Yeah. Let me just make a note here, my little notes. And we're gonna bring on Tony there.
What is up? Good evening.
Wow, look at you, holy smokes. I need your microphone.
Oh, am I too loud?
No, I'm like, damn. Well, that's cool. I need to get that. Oh, how are you? Okay.
Good, man. Good.
Man, so we'll give people a minute here to get on. And your cast is coming up at 9, right?
Yeah. We go live at 9:00. And we're actually, funny enough, we're going to recap a little bit about the show and then talk about some other things going on in the world of Shellhead.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe I'll probably be watching that, see what you say there. I won't bug Chris to come for that because I'm going to ask you now, So I didn't get a chance to talk to you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you at the show very much. What did you think of the show this weekend?
I thought it went really so after the show was all said and done, I'm like, okay, that went really well. We got a little bit of a spook in the beginning. I don't think we were ready for we didn't take into consideration how many vendors were there and how big the space was. It was all awesome. Like, I'm not complaining about any of it.
Right.
But first thing, we were like, okay, nobody's really coming around yet. And then it felt like noon hit and it was like the floodgates open. And after that, it was all downhill.
Yeah.
We were very happy after that for sure. And looked like vendors were running around pretty busy. Like you said, we didn't have a chance to talk or anything. It was like a passing, wisecrack comment or something. And then it's right back to whatever you were doing. Because
me trying to get Deadpool here for cheap or whatever.
Right.
I assume you didn't sell it. Did you sell it or did you have
No, I didn't sell it. I had a couple that probably looked at it about 3 or 4 times, and I think the only reason they didn't buy it is because they mentioned something about going on vacation and they needed to hang on to their monies. But you never know.
Now, one thing about the fairgrounds that the vendors probably don't, and I'll bring up people's comments here in just a moment, but one thing that people don't really think about is that they don't. Okay, they do unlock the outer gate, the MLK gate, and then, but they don't unlock the gate for them to walk from the parking lot to the building until basically I tell them like 5 to 9 or 9 o'clock. So it takes a while for them to walk around the building and get there. So, I mean, we still had a decent number for the first hour. But yeah, it did pick up certainly after that. And then for some reason, even though I thought I had everything organized, I mean, my sister was there from Michigan. I had her there to help me and this weekend and I just could never get, we would start to talk and then I'd get interrupted, so I really did, normally once the show starts, I'm able to, talk a little bit, with family or vendors or whatever, but it seemed really busy. Hey, Mr. Jeff. We'll wait until your position there. You just give me a thumbs up. We'll bring you back. Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
I had to bring you on because of the cake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm going to bring up some comments. So just here in a moment, and then I'm going to, one thing I want to do is make sure tell people how we find your thing there, Tony. So we've got, Margaret on here, and Margaret had said that, great, perfect show, great sales for her. I think she even said record sales. And then Jose Cruz, hopefully you had a great show. And Joe Abel is our, the statue guy that, comes every once in a while. He seemed to have a good time. And retro guy, Damien was there. Can't join us live, but he seemed to have a great time. Cool show. Mark, he's been out for a minute. He's trying to promote the gala show in another couple of weeks, but we're talking, Mark. Well, I appreciate you being here, but we're talking about this weekend and last weekend, and you're on vacation up in our family reunion. I think you said up in where you're originally from, up there at the Falls, Niagara Falls, and then here Retro talking about the Pacina brothers signed his Mortal Kombat game. Those guys are really cool. They're really, did you have a chance to talk to them there, Tony, or no, the Pacinas?
I did not have a chance really to stop and talk to anybody. I think I walked the show floor maybe twice haphazardly and walked by the cake once, and that was it.
Okay. Didn't get any cake.
No, I didn't get any. Rebel Girl got a ton of it, but I didn't get any.
How about you? How about you there, Jeff? Did you get over to any of the guests? Because I know
no, I was by myself, so I couldn't leave my booth. I didn't have anybody to watch it while I was.
You weren't prepped. Away, if we had MegaCon numbers, you would have been real screwed.
Yeah, but you didn't have MegaCon numbers, so
damn. Oh, damn. You had to do that. I knew.
You opened it.
All right. Well, I shot at you. I shot at you.
At least wet your finger next time, man. That was like straight on.
Well, anyway, okay. Ooh. All right. Did you get any cake even after all that, or?
Yeah. You guys. I got the first piece. I came back there when you guys were getting ready to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe the freaking line he had.
Yeah, I mean, it was good that the cake was as big as it was because I think everybody got some. So that was.
Yeah,
really awesome.
I mean,
thank you for doing.
I
that.
didn't know what we were gonna do. I just thought, okay, let's do it, and he gave the whole thing away. I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah. I haven't talked to him since the show. Just because I've been busy, and today I took Angela to the airport, my sister and stuff, and then getting ready for the next shows. I don't know what I was thinking here. It was back to back, but it's July. It's good still, Yeah. But yeah. So Tony, you had a pretty good show. Yep. You sold. I remember you said you sold some turtles. And Tony's going to get off here in a second because he's got his other thing, but and then did anything jump out at you other than the space? You thought the space was good? I don't know if
I enjoyed some of the vendors like I had not met before, a few different ones, or if I had met them, it might have been like they were like a patron at another show, so I didn't really put two and two together. But got to meet the guy from Sasquatch. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. I think it was like Sasquatch Toys.
Yeah, Sasquatch Toys. He the guy across from you.
Yeah, he was. I must have talked to him. Like if I wasn't with a customer, I was BSing with him, and ended up scoring a bunch of carded Robotech. So I was super happy about that because I never see that at the show. So it was cool to see something different that we don't normally see a lot of. So it was overall it was an awesome experience. All the regulars that you see all the time were definitely busy. From what I saw, everybody was with somebody, and it was cool to see a lot of customers. It was like a little reunion, seeing all these people I hadn't seen in about a year coming back around. It's cool to see those same people.
One of the things is I saw people that I haven't seen at a show in a long, long time. I mean, what do you think there, Jeff? Did you see people? Hello, do we still have you? I know he's
going slow.
He's have some internet. Hello, are you there?
Yeah. I saw. I mean, it was like I said. I mean,
Dean, I'm having issues like you have sometimes.
Or internet.
Damn internet.
It happens. It was cool though. It was cool, man. Like you had the Ghostbusters there.
Okay.
That was super rad. I wish I had more time to kind of go back and forth.
We can hear you. You're just not moving.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me remove you and bring you back here. Hello. Oh, the internet is not allowing you to come on. All right. We're gonna go over some comments here, and then Tony, talk about your talk about your upcoming thing, how we find it, and then I'll bring some comments up.
Yeah. I'll be real brief. So, if you follow Shellhead Toys at all on Facebook, or even if you're, I actually today was able to, didn't realize I could through StreamYard while your show is going on, Jeff. I was able to show that I was live on your show, onto the Shellhead Toys channel, the YouTube channel. So that was kind of cool.
Oh,
I didn't know there was a thing. Yeah. So like you can cross. So next time you're on, you should be able to do the same thing. Cross
All right,
yourself.
yeah, I need to look into that. I've just got to do so many upgrades, man. Just there's so many upgrades. All right, do we have Jeff back? You there?
There he is.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay,
right.
cool. All right. So what did you think of the show, Jeff? Just while we got.
I thought everything about the show is, the layout, the better building, the space. I felt everything was great. All the activities going on. We talked a little bit about the one place that we need to work on, but yeah, I really I enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything about it. It was just really easy in and out. I had no issues. AC working, so I think that was a big hit for a lot of people. It didn't help that we had the lightning, and a little bit of rain there right in the middle, so that probably hit a little bit. But I mean, people in overall seem to be having a great time. So there was a lot of cool stuff there, man. There was a lot of vendors with a lot of good stuff. So if you
One
came
thing,
out,
so what I think I'm gonna do next year is we're gonna end up not having the air walls. It's gonna be open. So we will have less walls. I would like to have some kind of panel thing, like at where we can have some of these guys talk about, some of the things that they've done and kind of, pipe and drape that off.
Maybe even put in the entertainment on where the cake was, like on that back wall, so that way the whole building's open.
Right. Well, that was the original plan.
Yeah,
that was the original plan, and then I realized the Lego people they on their email they had a 30 by 60, space that they said they need. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And this was after I said the
space,
Ecto. That's after I said the Ecto could come and all that. So I was like, all right, sure. I guess I'm gonna have to wipe off the panel area, but I'm definitely gonna get, from my perspective, I'm gonna get like some volunteers next year. We're gonna have it in the same building. Now, one of the things that I have, I'm kind of putting it out there, but no decisions have been made or anything. I'm just kind of putting ideas out there, and that is, I think we're going to start looking at, because the air conditioning problem in that building over there has been such an issue. I think it's just time to maybe look at some other spaces. I want to leave Tampa Toy Con, the July show, where it is, but the April and maybe November show, we may go to a different venue. And what I think that does is in Tampa, like a hotel or a ballroom or something like that, somewhere else, only because of the air conditioning issue, and then the parking. The parking is going up. I mean, it's good and it's bad and good. So there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is that somebody voted in $12 for parking. So that's an additional $2. But the good news is that we'll be able to pre-register, like you guys pre-register for your vendor parking. We'll be able to pre-register people, so we'll be able to sell tickets that include parking online. So we'll be able to do that, and so that's just a thought. The idea is that keeps that event being more of a marquee event of the summer and the April, so people don't go, well, we just had, you just had a show here 2 months ago. Well, I like the fairgrounds, I like the sign, but the reality is I don't like vendors complaining about the AC, and I don't like complaining to them about the AC, and I don't want to have every show be the same size. That's a lot of work to fill that building up. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And
in relation to the show coming up, what's the size difference?
Well, that is what you guys. I mean, that's bigger than bigger than Joe Fest. The building. It's 42,000 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
That space or something, or 43,000,
Right.
and we did to put it in perspective. You were at World Golf Village, right? That's
Mhm.
12,000.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to be in a 12,000 square foot space this weekend
Hmm.
in Coral Springs. We'll bring up the little flyer here. We're going to be in Coral Springs this weekend, and that's 12,000. To me, that's our sweet spot is
That's a
12,000.
good. Yep. I think I
12 to
agree. I think that's a good.
15,000. The only problem with that size is you get really good vendors, but we don't have space for the Lego and some of
Mhm.
the other stuff. I'm thinking about going bigger in Lakeland, but I'm not ready. I don't know if I'm ready to make that decision yet. But I'd like to. But we just have to gauge whether the attendance is there or whatever. So, all right. So we won't keep you on there, Tony. Okay. So we can look you up, Shellhead Toys, on your
You can
on Facebook. Do you have a
Facebook
YouTube
or on
page?
YouTube, either one, but we'll come right up. And
Okay.
if you find
Okay.
us on Facebook, it shows
Yeah,
we're
and
going
that
live.
starts at 9 o'clock. 9
Yep,
o'clock.
sure
Okay.
does.
Drinks and toys. Okay. Don't get too messed up before before I come out and listen. But all right,
Well,
man.
thanks
We'll
for
let
having
you
us.
go, and thanks for giving us your feedback. And I'm gonna talk to Jeff here again a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna talk about this weekend. All right, but you're welcome to hang out. All right, thanks,
Thank you.
man, for coming
See ya.
on. All right, bye now.
Later, brother.
All right. So, okay. So just, I'm going to go through a couple comments. Thank you for joining us. So you just want to go back to the cake real quick, because we did that did come out of last year when
Well, I remember seeing
I
the
don't know if you
ad.
thought I was BSing you or not, but
I mean,
that,
I just thought we were just being the way we always are with each other.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't take it
No,
too
I
much
mean,
serious,
yeah, last
But
year you said, "Oh, I would want to buy an Edat cake, for a birthday,"
yeah,
and I'm like, "Okay." And I'm thinking, and then he said something about, "What about doing a Death Star trench run?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm thinking the way it was going to be was it's going to be this giant
right,
like
right,
surface of the Death Star, and then it would have like a trench in the middle, and then what it was you remember the guy, me and you 2 or 3 years ago or 3 years ago or something, we went to Toylanta, and there was that guy with the dioramas, that
yeah.
I bought, and then he showed me pictures of this side view
Hmm.
trench run thing, and I showed the cake guy that. He goes, "I can make that,
Oh,
as
nice.
a
Yeah.
cake."
Uh-huh.
But I was like, when you brought up the AT-AT, I said, "Well, we could do the AT-AT," and he goes, "No, well, I already did that, so let's do something different."
Okay.
And that's when he came up with
Yeah.
the trench run thing. And
Yeah.
then
I
I kind
knew.
of called him on it, a few weeks ago, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, we can do it. We can still do
Yeah.
it."
Yeah. That was really cool. I thought it was funny because I knew you had called my wife, and I was like, "Why is Jeff calling you?" I'm like, I didn't know what that was all about. She's like, "Oh, he just had a quick question." I thought it was about the shirts or something. So I didn't
Yeah.
really pay too much mind. So then when I get to the show and you're telling me, I'm like, "Oh, now it all makes sense." That's you guys were talking about that. So I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I do
Yeah.
appreciate it. Appreciate what
Yeah,
you and the
man.
family did, and I really do. So that was really nice.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it was, but that's where we come up with the idea. It was about your thing, and I was like, "Hey, can we?" I was calling her. I'm like, "Hey, when is his actual birthday? Because that would
Hmm.
be kind of cool if we had like this thing, and then
Yeah,
it just,
yeah.
so yeah, so the space did. So I did notice you went, even though for everybody's information, I bought the cat's lair that I opened was actually Jeff's originally. I don't know if you follow
Right,
his page.
right.
He bought a cat's lair. So why did that come up? Like, what, you decided I opened it,
Listen,
so you wanted one?
no, no. Honestly, I was presented with a deal that I couldn't turn down. So
Oh, okay.
wasn't planned, but when it's our business, when good deals come
Right,
around, you
right.
take advantage of it. So
So
I
did you
actually opened it up today at
Oh,
home and took some pictures. So yeah, it's big. That's a big fucker. That takes up a lot of space. So
I'm telling you, I don't know.
yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to try to put it in here just for a minute, but
yeah. I mean,
it's big.
I think your idea is great. Like having it at the shows, like having it, when people are walking in, they get to see these big set pieces, like of toys
Right.
from our youth. And I think that that's what it's really gonna benefit in your case because you've just got so much stuff of your own. How do you switch out from the flag to that to castle? It's all the different castles and big play sets. So I can
Yeah.
definitely see, but I think having them at the shows when time permits and the space permits, I think it's great to see. Like when you did, and I forget the venue you did it at, where you had the Batmobile in the glass case that you bought for
Mm,
me a few
yeah.
years back.
That
But
was a couple of years ago at the
yeah,
same show.
was it
Same
was it
show.
was it Tampa? I didn't think it
Yeah,
was
it was
Tampa.
Tampa Toy Con like
Okay,
2 years ago. Yeah.
okay, but
And
like I
and
think
I was
when people
attempting
are
to
coming
do a
in,
bigger version of that this year. That's why my thing looked like a construction zone the whole time.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
the, the problem is we never have enough time to set up. Like I
yeah,
really gotta. I think I'm gonna be doing a call to try to get volunteers to help, set up and make things. I think I just got to do that for next time, and then
yeah.
we're just gonna be taking things more seriously.
Mhm.
And okay, let me go over a couple comments. Then I'm gonna go over some pictures of the show, and then I'm gonna talk this weekend
Okay,
and show you this weekend. So hang out if you will.
I will.
All right. All right. So L Retro had the Motu, great show. Okay, so I think we did that. My sister was saying she had a good time. And Mark said something about you like him not being at the show.
He's been
What?
texting me all day. He's been texting
Oh,
me all day. So
wow, he
clearly
didn't text
somebody
me at
else
all.
misses somebody.
Well, you know what? The other thing, Mark, I don't know if Mark's still on here, knowing it probably isn't, but it's funny is he's not at this show coming up either. And Johnny and Joey signed up. I don't know,
Yeah,
they must be bored or something because they haven't been
yeah,
to a South Florida show.
yeah.
And
They spend all their money in Tampa, so they need to go and
right,
make something
that's
special,
true.
probably.
Yeah, I mean Joey had a wagon. I know he was dropping stuff
Yeah,
off and picking
he
stuff
bought
up.
well he bought some really good stuff, Joey. I saw some
Oh,
of the stuff he posted, both of them, him and Johnny. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's good to do that every once in a while. As a vendor, you don't really get. I mean, yeah, you can, before it opens, you try to get around like what Mark does. Like Mark's set up. He takes 10 minutes to set up his booth, and then he spends the whole 2 hours of setup shopping everybody while they set up. But not everybody can do that. So it's hard. So every once in a while, it's actually not bad to just go as a guest and relive that side of things sometimes. So they were having a great time. I saw them talking to everybody, and um, that Tony Lynn came Sunday, and he was doing the same thing. So, um, but yeah, it was good seeing all the guys out there. So looking forward to seeing them down south and seeing how that one goes.
yeah. Ray will be there. It was funny because Johnny Fletcher yesterday was like, "What do you mean Mark isn't setting up?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
He's
yeah,
at every show." I said, "Hey man, I don't know what vacation he's got going on
yeah.
this weekend, but he's not, he's not setting up." Dan Coat with the lollipops was there. He was over by the food concession. I hope he did. I didn't get a chance to talk to everybody that when I normally do. It's really weird. I was handling the guests, which I was helping handle the guests. Mike, or another helper guy, was helping that. It just seemed like, I don't know. It just seemed like I was torn this year. And hey, Jonathan, thanks for love the shirt. We're gonna have some new ones actually that are in this box behind me. Well, we got late. I had planned on having them at the show, but we're gonna debut them, I think, in Lakeland now for our anniversary show. We're gonna have some cool stuff coming up, and John you had a 20 by 10. What do you mean, John? Humpty there with his gachapon machines. Did you see people using those things there next to you? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There was people there all day long. He was busy there.
All right, fantastic time. Jack's Okay, and said Ocala show. I think the Ocala show I kind of screwed up. I think that I should have tried. I should have maybe went with the bigger space over there at the equestrian, but I didn't want to be I didn't want to be stressed out. You know, how are you going to go in and your first show is 50,000 square feet? I mean, we haven't
Agreed.
done a show in Ocala, so we got to try go smaller
Yeah.
there. And Alex there, awesome. Glad we'll see you. Hit me up on that Star Wars table that you said you wanted with your dad. And Mr. Crum, I didn't get a chance to talk to you there while we were at the show, unfortunately, but sounds like you had a blast. You know, I got really good feedback from Seth there, the Sasquatch, and all the guests. I even heard that some of them that hadn't been there before thought, well, okay, what is this show going to be? Is it going to be any good? And they were really surprised. They were really, you know, people that hadn't been there before or whatever. The Disney Ray, the Disney guy, killed it. I mean, it was always had people at his table the whole time.
Yeah,
pretty blown away. What else did you get besides the Cat's Lair? Did you get some other stuff?
yeah. I got the Takara Rattler.
Oh
So
yeah,
just the
oh yeah.
Japanese,
Did you end up?
yeah, the steel baggy. I'm gonna get that graded actually because it's
Oh,
just too
okay.
much. I'm gonna have to. I was gonna ask when is the next show Cass is gonna be at because I'm probably gonna try to.
Lakeland. Todd will be there in Lakeland. I don't think they're doing the next two. They let's see. The other thing, you know, Todd told me somebody brought in a sealed case. Was it a sealed case of original Motu from
Wow.
82
Wow.
of He-Mans, all He-Mans. Sealed case. Like, where the hell would you find that? You know,
I am learning that there is a lot of stuff in people's houses.
somewhere.
There's a lot to find out there in this country, and I am learning very quickly just how massively people's collections are. I mean, I've been in just recently in some houses. From the minute you enter the door to the bathroom, there's just toys pegged to the walls and shelving, and I'm like, wow, that it's museums. These guys are museums.
That's his garage.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that
that's his
is
garage.
Draven's. I've been to Draven's, and it is.
I've
Draven's
never
got
been
a-
to Draven's. He hasn't invited me. I haven't seen the blue room, the green room, the purple room. I haven't seen no color rooms. All I know is supposedly they're painted with certain color, and that's depending on what maybe
he's got
that's
a
what's in
very.
there.
I can tell you, it's a very impressive setup. So he did a very nice artistic way of displaying everything. It's worthy of being filmed. It should be filmed. If somebody could just do a documentary on some of the collectors' homes, that'd be something to
Well,
see.
yeah, Damien, the retro guy, he does a really good job actually.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're trying to take the place of Mark on the super vendor list.
No, I'm not. That's all Mark. It's just that Mark wasn't available, so I'm the B team. So,
Okay. All right. All right, and then Bits will be there this weekend. The main guy won't be there. I think we're gonna have Mike there. I'm told for the Coral Springs. We'll talk about that here. Thanks for coming out, and I was a great show. We're gonna make some changes. Let me make some notes here, or let me talk about some notes, things that I mentioned. We had a record attendance for Tampa 2-day show. The last record for Tampa, the 2-day was you know, for this show would have been last year. We actually were up about 250 from last year. That's with Sergeant Slaughter. Okay. So we did better than we did with Sergeant Slaughter last year. And it's still better than Super RetroCon, I think, when we had a really good show in January of 23. So that was basically a record show for a Tampa. Now, I will say just sticking with records, the record attendance for one day is still when we started, which is July 21, which we call the hot show because that was the first time we had issues.
I remember that one.
I'll message you guys. I'll message you the space here. It is 6-foot tables, but I think you have 2. So I'll message you the space size here in a few minutes. let me go over the other notes from the show this last weekend. And then my wife, it is the biggest show in the South as far as toy shows go. And my wife said she still had somebody come in. Nobody complained about the pricing and all that. But you had somebody come in and go, "Is this it?"
Wow, there was a lot there. I don't know what they're looking for, but I mean, the show certainly felt the same size as, or if not bigger than Toylanta, Joe
Yeah.
Fest. I mean, it competed. Like I said, I don't know the exact square footage of those two shows, but being to both of them and comparing it to this building, I felt that we were really, if not beating it, we were damn close. So there was plenty of
Yeah,
stuff
well,
to have in
it's definitely bigger than what the Joe Fest the main
space
space
building is
was.
right.
Not maybe, maybe if you add in his floor and then taking nothing away from Ed, he's got a nice setup and nice building there.
Hmm.
But this was, I believe bigger than that, space wise. Because
Hmm.
but I could look it up, but I just believe that. I haven't been to Toylanta in a while, so that was always in a hotel. I don't know where they had it last time.
Now they're set up just like this. They're in a building just like what we just did
Okay.
now. So
Okay.
they started that last year. So again, about same size. So I think it's a great size show. Um, but we just gotta
Yeah.
get more and more people to show up. And
Right.
plan their year
And
around
I
it.
think
So
that's earlier promotion and earlier guests and earlier, we know where it's going to be now. That's the thing with my shows. I'm trying to get it to where it's at the same venues, the same stuff, and then we can just put out dates, and then that way I'm not focusing on
yeah,
finding venues.
right.
I am going to be going next year. I am going to be because this year we've had pretty much we are up on every show um, for every show this year. I think I'm ready to start. I'm going to say cutting off some of these smaller ones, and I mean by that I mean other than West Palm, we're not going to be doing 5,000 and less. We're going to be shooting for that 12,000. I call it a sweet spot, 10, 12,000, where you got enough. It's not too small. It's not too crazy big. And then we'll still have a couple big shows. And, but hey, so real quick okay, I'm glad, the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. If you guys seen that on Saturday, he was only there on Saturday. I'm really glad that people saw that and people came over because I was a little worried that maybe our crowd was a little too young for that, to remember that or whatever. I mean, I remember it. I just haven't watched it in a while. And, and, just going back to Bits here is asking about the record. Well, just to give you an idea, most of our shows, I'm just going to give you kind of round numbers. We probably had around, keep in mind we're not a Comic Con, and I don't BS the numbers, guys. I'm not somebody that counts like, because Jeff came in and bought stuff and then left and went to his car 6 times. I'm not counting Jeff 6 times. And we're talking actual ticket numbers. So, I think we had with kids and stuff, probably in the neighborhood of 2,500 people. With, like I said, we don't count kids, but that's a big show for a toy show. I think, for the space that we had and the fact that we are in Florida. I always tell people that Florida is just a unique market. You're not going to get those up north crazy numbers because there's just a lot going on, you know. Okay, I'm not going to answer that, Mike. I will tell you about that offline, and then Heather will be, I think, the next show that you have. Well, I don't know. Are you signed up for Lakeland, Heather? Um, okay, you gotta message me on that. And all right, great. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next show. Make sure I covered everything here. No air wall. I talked about the parking, and all everybody's comments was great, pretty much. I mean, I did run into one vendor, just thought it was a little bit too big for him. For some reason, he didn't do as good as he did in April. But, so there was maybe somebody had that. Okay, let's go. Well, you better sign up. I got no walls left. So if you want a corner, you better sign up. How are you guys? Oh, Amy, okay. You and William will be at the show this weekend. All right, I'm going to talk this weekend. Coral Springs. Jeff is going to be there. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it is 6-foot table, so I got you. You have 2 technically. You ready to give up that statue, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't want it. I bought too much already. No,
I always have stuff you want.
Already. Anyway, all right. I'm just messing around. Okay, so we're gonna be in Coral Springs this weekend. I'll send you a link after we're done here. But we're gonna be in Coral Springs this weekend. It is sold out, so that's it. There's no tables left. There's no space left. And it's gonna be really good. This is the flyer. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about the, let's see. Let me just see where, oh, I know. Okay, sorry. I'm going to do a share, and we're going to do a little walkthrough. So Jeff and everybody else that's on here that's going to be setting up has some, let's see, self-walk. Okay. All right. So this is the hotel. Here I'll go to the outside in a minute. I'm going to walk down. I don't know if you guys can see this, but here's the ballroom. We'll go in here. This is what they sent me. So this is what it looks like on the inside. I mean, this is not really to scale because this is 12,000 just all open. Okay. This is 11,704. Okay, but your entry is over here. And then there'll be some stuff in the lobby a little bit, and then we'll be set up here, and then we got our tables. Now, like I said, vendors, this space has 6-foot tables. But the hotel is attached over here. So if I go down this hallway, there's an attachment. I'll just go ahead and show you guys here. Just give me a minute, and then so you come down. If you're going to stay there, it's a really nice hotel. We could, there's like a lobby here if you want to do some swap stuff or chit chat or hang out. There's a restaurant. It looks like an Embassy Suites on the inside. You're familiar with that, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I was just going to say this building looks familiar, but
yeah, it looks like an Embassy Suites on the inside, but I mean, it is similar to that one in World Golf Village. This is a sister property to that.
It's the same layouts probably.
Yeah, same basic layout. That's the banquet place. Now, where we're gonna come in, I think there's a garage door in the back. I'll show a Google map thing here in a minute, but probably people are gonna load in from here. That's the parking lot. The parking lot is out here also, but we'll see. Okay. There's like a portico out here if it's raining for some reason. Okay, let me go ahead and stop sharing that, and then I'll go over to the map just to give you guys an idea of where it is. How do I share screen? And then, okay. All right, so this is the map here. It's in Coral Springs. You got Heron Glade Boulevard, or this is a toll road down here, Sawgrass Expressway. So it's kind of like the same type of thing as World Golf Village in that it's kind of as part of like this housing area. So it's going to be on the west side of Fort Lauderdale area. So you see Boca, just to give you an idea of where it is. So if we could zoom into the building. Sorry, zoomed in a little too far here. So where we were doing the actual, so this is that ballroom here. Okay. The hotel's over here where we were standing inside. And then over here on the left is the door that we were at. And then I'm thinking that there's this load-in thing here on the backside. So I'll be sending out load-in information here tomorrow.
Will there be a Saturday load in, or is it just going to be Sunday
Yes,
morning?
it's going to be Saturday load-in, I think around 6 o'clock. I should have been marking in that as a VIP time because I realized I paid a lot of money for that, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and so that's where the show is this weekend. Let's see if there's any other questions that you think we should mention there, Jeff.
No, not really. I
You
mean,
have
other than I think for vendors that have social media pages, start learning how to share that flyer, collaborations, things that
yeah
we're all learning and growing, and it helps advertise the show through everybody's followers. So,
yeah.
um, help yourself. For help, you're going through the job of finding these places and building the flyers. All we got to do is reshare it. So it's really easy. So. Um, Hopefully
All
more
right.
people
Well,
will
I need
help
to.
out.
Yeah, I gotta. See, I'm remembering. Why I'm gonna recruit you here. That's gonna be your help on that. I'm gonna be on the road for the next day or so, but I'm gonna be setting up some scheduled posts on the main page, and then when I stop, I gotta take my dog. I'm gonna leave my dog with one of my Dalmatian with my sister up north. So I'm gonna drive up there and then fly back for the show. But we're going to be all set. I'm going to send out vendor information by tomorrow to everybody by morning. And, once I document what I just showed you, the map and everything, and this and that. So then after that, after this weekend, we're right back at it in Ocala. Okay. At the, I might as well maybe try to share that, the Ocala Hilton, which,
Yeah,
that
that's
isn't going to
close to
be
me
the,
too.
yeah, that's not going to be that big of a location, but we got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and
Well, that's just kind of like how we did St. Augustine, and we were in, was it Holiday Inn, the smaller spot, and you grew into to where we were
with
just
the
this last
Embassy
time.
Suites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I mean, that just you got to prove that it works, and if it does, then we can go to a bigger location.
Oh
So I
crap.
think you're going the right route. I think you do the hotel in Ocala, and then if it works, and we build some business there, then we can find a bigger location.
Yeah, and that one is right off 75. That's really
Yeah.
easy to find. You
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah.
So the size of it, if you guys have been to our show, the size of that is similar to Jacksonville, which we got one more at Embassy at least. And then in 26, I'm going to be making some changes at venues as far as, bigger ones. Unfortunately, when I say that, Osceola Heritage Park is raising their parking to $15. And if we go to that bigger space in there, I just, I think I want to look around in Orlando a little bit. I don't really, honestly, I mean, other than maybe something special, I don't really think we need to be on iDrive. I don't really think that does anything for the show.
No.
Um,
No. You can find a hotel like, um, well, International Drive, but maybe all the way down when you're getting closer to the Disney area. There's a lot of
right.
new resorts, so there's a lot of more. It's a lot more space out that way. I drive specifically. It's just very congested. It's difficult for the vendors and parking and everything else. So, um, and to get in and out of there. So yeah, if we can find a bigger venue that has some space, I think it'll still work. Just a little bit more out. They'll
Yeah.
come. It's Orlando. The people will come. I don't. I
Well,
don't.
yeah, that and I just think that we have people known. I do have Avanti right now scheduled for January. I'm going to try a January show there.
Mhm.
Because there hasn't been one in a while that I know of. And so I want to try to beat, MegaCon. I know I think we're gonna try and do another Con Misfits, but we'll see. I gotta talk to everybody and see, I mean,
That's
we
March.
did all right.
Remember, it's March this year, so
Right.
just
And I don't like
that
March as a show, to
I
be
mean,
honest with you. Is it
yeah.
like later March or
I have to look at the schedule. Honestly, I don't even remember the
they're gonna
dates.
do
I
spring
just
break?
paid for the booth and I just left.
You
I
just
didn't
write the
even pay
check,
attention to it.
whatever it is what it is.
Yeah, and it was in and out. So, but I know it's March. So, I think it's third week of March. Not mistaken, but I know it's in between Toylanta and another big show that's going on up north. So yeah, I think it's second or third week of March. But
Yeah.
I'll find out for sure. And
Yeah, I won't. Yeah, I don't. That's that week that we had Super RetroCon. I just think that spring break, it's really. I mean, MegaCon, it's not going to make a difference probably, but that's just that time. It's just super nice. People can go to the beach. It's like what they don't want to
yeah,
come to the show, but I think maybe that's them. That's them. I will say that just it's a different show. I had a good time in Dallas. I thought that was it was a mini MegaCon, but I do think out of the ones that I've been to that are on the bigger scale, Dallas was really good. It was easy to
yeah,
get around, and it was certainly crowded, but it didn't seem ridiculous. So I got some ideas. I mean, I haven't been able to implement them yet, but I did get some ideas from that show. Some of them I did use actually, putting the guests in one area there on that other side, which at first I think Saturday they thought, oh, this isn't good. Well, then Sunday came and they, everybody left happy. Nobody was, oh no, we were on the bad side, because nobody likes to be hidden,
right, right.
so, all right, guys. I'll let you go. Thanks for coming on here, Jeff. I appreciate you and sharing and
All right,
doing
man.
all the the Instagram
I'll see you
stuff.
this weekend.
Yeah, we'll see you
Yeah,
Sunday or Saturday,
yeah,
right?
sounds good.
All right, all right,
I'll be there Saturday. Yeah, I'll be down Saturday. Yeah.
all right.
All
Talk
right,
to you
guys.
guys later.
All right,
We'll
talk to you later.
maybe I'll come by and do another thing. All right, have a good night. Bye
All
now.
right, all right, all right. Bye bye.